God is within her. She will not fall. God will help her at break of day. All right, to start off, you're going to need some braiding gel, you're going to need some clips and a rat tail comb, and you're going to need some hair. So I'm using this human hair from Ywigs.com. This is their braiding bulk hair. This hair was simply just amazing for my braids. So you do want to apply like some type of edge control, some jam, some gel to the ends of the hair so you can separate it easily. And I also use a thread rack. This is so helpful. And this is how small the pieces were. So as you can see, I'm starting off by making a part towards the middle of my head where my ear starts. Then you just want to clean up that part by applying some braiding gel and then just fix and make the part as straight as you can. After I got that part down, then I'm going to make another part, and it's going to be divided towards the middle. So I'm going to split this in half. And depending on how big you want your sections or your parts, just go ahead and do a vertical line down and then just separate and twist and pre-part before you start to braid. Pre-parting is very helpful. Alright, so as you can see, I have already started braiding. Now, listen, this took a lot of practice, a lot of time. So if you don't get it on your first try, it is okay. I watched a ton of videos and I thought I was a visual learner, but I'm more of a hands-on learner. So I definitely had to practice on someone else's head. I had to just practice braiding this before I could actually start. And it took hours, you guys. I'm telling you, hours. This is my first time ever doing knotless braids. So I was very determined to get this done, but there were times where I was also discouraged as well. So I say that to say this, like, just keep trying, keep going. You're gonna get it eventually. You're gonna get frustrated along the way, because I'm saying that because I got very frustrated and I wanted to give up and not do it. But eventually, once I got my hand placement together, then I was able to actually do it. So starting off, like, my braids were not cute, so towards the back I was not too worried about how my braids were gonna look, but towards the top I finally got it together and my braids started to look straight. And my starting off the braid, it didn't look, like it had a knot at the end. It's supposed to be knotless, okay, but I had some knots in there, okay. And as you can see on this braid, the ends, or the starting off, it looks kind of loose. Yeah, I definitely struggled with that, but eventually I got it together. Once I got towards the third row, I knew what I was doing. I was good at the braiding technique that I was doing. Once I got to the fourth row, that's when I was good at the technique and I was braiding straight and my braids looked a lot better. So I will definitely explain how I did this in just 1 second. Alright, so you're going to start off with dividing your hair into 3 pieces, and then you're going to grab hair from each section and then feed in hair through your index and thumb. Now I know that was kind of quick, but basically you're just grabbing hair underneath the middle part each time. So you want to go under the middle piece with your index finger, grab hair from the left side, and then you want to go under the middle piece with your index finger again, cross over from the right side, grab hair from the right side, and then feed in the hair. You're always going to feed in the hair from the right side, and I'm gonna definitely demonstrate and show you guys more. And I only fed in like 3 pieces of hair, so you only need just 3 pieces to feed in. So right now I'm just letting you guys just watch and I'm just explaining, but I will slow down in a minute to like just let you guys just visually see and explain at the same time. And once I start to braid down good enough, that's when I add in the curly piece, and I really just like kind of braid it in. So with the curly piece, grab it in between your fingers, and then you just want to just start braiding down. And then I also added curly pieces at the end as well. So make sure your hands are positioned towards the back of your head. Once you start off, you want to grab hair from the left side, go underneath, then grab hair from the right side, and then that's going to leave your index and thumb with hair in it. That's where you feed in the hair. You continue, grab hair from the left side, grab hair from the right side, and then feed in hair. And you do that 3 times starting off. So continue watching. And I will mention that I didn't feed in the curly piece on every single braid. It was kind of like every other braid, but I always added a curly piece at the end. Every single braid has a curly piece at the end, but I didn't feed in every braid with a curly piece towards the top. And I will demonstrate how I seal my ends later on, but basically I'm just wrapping a small piece of hair around the ends, and then I'm getting nail glue to secure that, and then I continue wrapping, add more glue if needed. Alright, so now that you guys kind of have an idea, I'm going to slow this down. So as you can see, I've already grabbed hair underneath from the left side. Now I'm going to go underneath the middle piece, grab hair from the right side with my index and thumb, and then I'm going to feed in the hair through my index and thumb. I'm going to push that through, pull it out, and then I'm going to grab or go underneath the middle piece, grab hair from the left side. Then I'm going to go underneath the middle piece and grab hair from the right side. And then we stop and feed in hair. Pull that all the way through, go underneath to the left side, grab hair, go underneath the middle piece, grab hair from the right side, and feed in through your index and thumb. Push that all the way through. And then we're going to continue the same pattern. Underneath, grab from the left side, go underneath, grab from the right side, and you continue that same motion all the way down until you get to the, well, I like to stop once my arms get tired. I notice that once I kind of braid down a little bit further with my hands toward the back, it makes the braid more straight for me. And then you can switch positions and, you know, make it more comfortable for you and feed in your curly piece or continue braiding down. And once you do add the curly piece, I like to braid down at least 3 times, and then I separate the curly piece from the hair so it can actually stick out. Alright, so I'm going to demonstrate again. So I'm just dividing my hair into 3 pieces, going underneath, grabbing hair from the left side, underneath, grabbing hair from the right side, and then we want to feed in through the index and thumb. So I'm slowing this down because I want you guys to really see that you really need to push this piece through and then grab that hair. Make sure you're still holding your hair tightly, and then go underneath. So you want to connect your hair with the braiding hair, and then go underneath the middle piece and then grab hair from the left side, go underneath to the right side, or go underneath and grab hair from the right side and then feed in. You do this 3 times. You'll know you're doing it right when the second time around the hair on the right side does not have any feed in hair or braiding hair. Alright, and then you connect your real hair with the braiding hair and do the same motion. Go underneath, grab hair from the left side, go underneath, grab hair from the right side, and then you feed in your third and final time. After that, the hand motions are the same. Go underneath, grab from the left, go underneath, grab hair from the right, and you continue that all the way down. So like I said before, I like to braid down with my hands towards the back until my hands start to hurt. This just makes my braid more straight before I can switch positions. So as you can see, I'm just kind of braiding down a little bit further than usual, and then I switch positions and then continue. And as you're braiding, make sure you're adding braiding gel. This is going to help make the braid look sleek and hide your natural hair. So add braiding gel while you are actually braiding. And you guys, all I can say is trust the process, trust in yourself, believe that you can do it, because you can do it. We can do all things through Christ. But okay, so just make sure your parts are straight as well. So you want to do like a stepping or the steps method when doing your parts, just so your parts don't show. So I guess I can kind of show you guys later on. It's kind of hard for me to explain it now, but with your parts, make sure you are on the bottom or top row. Make sure you make a part or you have a braid falling in between the part. Okay, I will explain that a lot better later on, but continue watching. By the third row, I thought I knew what I was doing. I was doing great. I know my braids are not straight, and also make sure you're stopping like short enough to where you want your bob to stop. You do not have to braid all the way down. So yeah, I'm just going to show you guys how I pre-part this section right here. But as you guys can see, I'm trying to make the braid at the top fall in between the braid at the bottom, so it's kind of like a stepping motion. And to avoid your knotless braid being loose at the top, you want to make sure your hand placement is close to your head. So make sure you are braiding very close to your head. Once you do feed in here, make sure you just stay close to your head. Once you lock in that hair, that is going to really help with the beginning, and it's going to help you or help your braid not look so loose starting off. So now I'm going to show you guys how I feed in the curly piece at the end. I kind of just line the curly piece up with the end pieces on the outside, and then I start to braid down. Once we've locked in that curly piece, now I'm going to separate the braiding hair from the curling hair. And then I'm going to grab just a small tiny piece from the curly hair, make sure it is from the curly hair, and then I'm just going to start wrapping that around the ends of the hair. Continue wrapping, apply nail glue to where you are wrapping the hair around to secure it. Continue doing that, add as much glue as you need to secure that piece that you are wrapping around the braid. And this is just a personal tip, but it's a very good tip. So wherever you want your bob to stop, allow your curly piece to kind of have enough room to stop where you want your bob to stop. I say that because you do not want to cut off the curly piece at the end completely once you do go to cut your bob. So if you're braiding your hair down, make sure you stop a little bit above where you want the bob to stop and allow the curly piece to kind of stop enough where you want the bob to stop. This is going to help during the cutting process, but also allow yourself enough, room to cut with the curly piece, if that makes any sense. But I will kind of demonstrate why I said that towards the end, because I did mess up. So just continue watching. See what I mean when I told y'all to trust the process? So towards the top of my head, I did get a lot better with braiding. My braids were a lot more straight and it was starting to finally come together. I was very discouraged at the beginning starting off because I was like, oh my goodness, my braids are not straight. I can't braid straight. But I definitely got it together. So make sure when you're braiding down, make sure you're just braiding just make sure you're braiding down. Like, don't braid cricket, just braid straight down. Alright, so I'm pretty much done with braiding, and this is why I said you want to separate the curly piece from the braiding hair, because we're going to cut that braiding hair off and just leave the curly piece. Make sure you're very careful. Don't cut the knot, and do not cut the curly piece off. If you cut the curly piece off, like, you're gonna have to start all over with the braid. So be very careful. Take your time and separate the curly piece from the braiding hair, and just cut that braiding hair off. There were some pieces where I cut off and it was like a little fringe or edge piece. You can just cut that off. Be very gentle. And you guys, I'm pretty much done. You can definitely leave your hair like this if you want. And these are the stepping patterns I was trying to explain earlier. But I'm going to dip my hair into some boiling hot water. This is human hair, so feel free to dip the ends. It's human hair, okay? No more of that synthetic hair. We ain't doing that. No. So definitely do as I say and not as I do. I don't do this. Do not cut the hair straight across like this to cut the bob. Definitely have the scissors going downwards and cut downwards so you do not have a blunt cut. That was a mistake of mine. Definitely will not do it if I do ever try this hairstyle again. Do not cut across, cut downward. So I'm going to apply the mousse, to just kind of set this hairstyle in place. I'm applying mousse to the ends, to the roots, and then we're going to blow dry the hair. This is human hair, okay? It's human curly hair, so we can dip the ends, we can put mousse on it, we can wet it, blow dry it, and it's not going to tangle up. Definitely use human hair while you are doing boho braids. Like, we are done with these synthetic curly pieces, okay? We are leveling up, and Ywigs has this amazing braiding bulk hair. Definitely check it out. And I'm getting some Got To Be Free spray and just sealing this all in. Alright, here we are the next day. Braids are still looking fabulous. Look at my parts. Amazing. I am so excited and proud of myself. Like, I really did this. Now, here's why I messed up, y'all. As you can see, I cut off the curly piece too short. That's because my braid was too long. That's why I say you want to stop braiding a little bit above where you want the actual bob to stop. That way you're allowing the curly piece to be the end piece and not the braid, if that makes any sense. You still want your curly piece to kind of curl, and you don't want to cut it off like blunt like I did. So definitely take that into account when you are doing your own hair. And I apply some mousse just to freshen up my curls, because I can do that because it's human hair. But that is the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, don't forget to give God the glory, because we would not be where we are today without him. And also don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and look at these other videos I have. Okay.